Due to the weight of these fish, 4 to 5 fishermen often work together to pull them in. The team coordinates carefully to subdue the marlin and remove it from the net. For safety, they may cut off its sharp bill, an intimidating weapon that could injure them. Afterwards, they rinse the fish and remove debris in preparation for preservation. Trawl fishing for pollock takes place throughout most of autumn, winter, and spring. The most profitable period is during the pollock season, which typically runs from July. In just 2 hours of trawling, fishermen can haul up 100 tons, depending on the season and fish density in the area. When using the hydraulic equipment, the entire net lifting process takes less than 30 minutes. This system not only speeds up the process, but also minimizes damage to the fish, ensuring a high product quality. Additionally, the number of crew members required for fishing operations has been reduced from around 14 people to just 6. Primarily used to supply sardines to fish sauce factories. Fishermen spend up to 6 hours a night at sea, catching 60 to 80 pounds of sardines, earning around $4,500 per night. Under the cover of darkness, a small group of Taiwanese fishermen set sail off the northeastern coast. They light a fire atop a bamboo pole and wait for the fish to gather. The bright flames serve as a nighttime lure. Like a magnet, hundreds of sardines leap out of the water, drawn to its brilliant light, until their fishermen haul their nets aboard.
And then when I see Scotty go.
Have you ever wondered what tools modern fishermen use to catch fish? Technology has impacted every industry, including fishing. Every year, fishermen utilize advanced machinery to catch billions of fish. Rather than relying solely on traditional fishing tools like nets and rods, they now employ technologies such as sonar, GPS, and modern gear to aid in their catch. Japan, Chile, and China are the leading mackerel-producing countries that enhance fishing techniques for marine environments. These innovations meet buyer demands and open access to new markets. Fishermen use rapid freezing methods on ships to keep mackerel fresh. They primarily travel to southern waters, such as Papua New Guinea, to catch mackerel before returning to port. Each trip lasts around 3 to 4 weeks, with fishers, modern technology, and enormous nets. Japanese fishermen use advanced net types, like gill nets, in order to catch more mackerel. Early morning or late afternoon are the prime feeding times for mackerel, which fishermen leverage to optimize their catches. In addition to choosing optimal timing and methods, determining the fish location is equally crucial. Mackerel are found in both temperate and tropical waters, often near strong currents and coral reefs. Fishermen's success depends on skilled fishermen's experience. After casting the enormous net into the sea, they prepare to haul them in. The massive nets, filled with mackerel, are pulled onto the boat using machinery. During this process, fishermen carefully handle the fish to avoid damaging the meat. Once the mackerel are on board, workers transport them to the ship's storage area. All mackerel are kept in seawater until they reach the shore. Preservation techniques such as freezing or vacuum sealing help maintain the fish's freshness and quality for extended periods. This approach not only meets domestic consumption choice for sushi rolls, where it pairs with vegetables and special ingredients, creating an enjoyable culinary experience for diners. Chefs slice mackerel thinly to retain its fresh and crisp flavour. Mackerel dishes not only offer delicious flavours, but are also packed with nutrition. The United States, Russia, and Norway are renowned for their fleets of modern crab fishing vessels. The crab fishing industry thrives thanks to its rich fishing grounds such as the Bering Sea and the Barents Sea. A typical crab boat can carry between 150 to 300 traps, the most essential tool in catching sea crabs. Sea crab traps generally range in size for around 6 to 8 feet, with a height of around 2 to 3 feet. They are used to catch smaller crabs such as snow crabs. King crab traps can be upgraded with narrower openings and extra layers of mesh. The choice of trap size is crucial, helping to reduce sorting time and crab mortality rates. Additionally, the scent of bait tends to keep the crabs inside the traps. When the traps are submerged for short periods, smaller crabs within the traps are drawn by the scent and are reluctant to leave. Therefore, it can lead to illegal processing of undersized crabs and unnecessary mortality amongst smaller crabs. Snow crab fishing often takes place in harsh weather. Cold winds increase the mortality rate of snow crabs. This happens as their internal organs begin to freeze as the temperatures drop. Thus, modern traps that allow selective sizing at the seabed are the 350 feet and may remain underwater for around a day or two. Crab pots can weigh nearly 800 pounds when they reach the surface. So how are they hauled back into the boat? Most fishermen use a hydraulic system to lift the traps up. On average, each boat catches around 300 crabs. It can take several days to locate and catch them, but until delivery, which can take up to a week or 10 days. Therefore, modern boats are typically designed with large crab tanks. Seawater is pumped in through a series of pipes to keep the crabs alive. Once the crabs leave the boat, they head to the processing plant. There they are killed, cooked, and then frozen. After being fully frozen, the crabs are packaged and shipped, ready to become a delicious part of your meal. Next, it is unmistakable compared to any other seafood. Bringing the sea's pure taste to shore is a hard journey for fishermen, supported by modern fishing tools. The design of a shrimp boat is highly intricate, from the outriggers on each side to the equipment used to keep the nets open underwater. Every element plays a crucial role in the success of each trip. The structure of these nets is unique because they not only glide along the ocean floor to catch shrimp, but are also designed to protect the harvest. During the season, fishermen typically catch around 500,000 pounds of shrimp. For smaller shrimp varieties like pink shrimp, the trawling time usually does not exceed 2 hours. Dragging the net for too long could crush the pink shrimp and degrade their quality. Nets may be held on the water surface briefly to rinse off excess mud from the haul. Water at a cold, suitable temperature. Fishermen typically use shaved ice mixed with shrimp to ensure quick and complete cooling. The use of salt ice helps minimize unwanted oxidation in the shrimp meat. Before cooking or peeling, shrimp must be rinsed in water to remove any slime. Peeling can be done by hand or machine, either before or after cooking. If shrimp are peeled while raw, they are kept on ice for a few hours to make their shells easier to remove. Opportunities full of challenges. Fishermen can try their hand at grouper fishing in various locations around the world. Generally, any offshore area with shipwrecks and coral reefs will attract them. The best time to head out to sea is in the spring. Most grouper species spawn in winter, so spring is an ideal time to find large numbers of grouper actively feeding. The most common technique for grouper fishing is bottom fishing. After adding a sinker to the line, you drop the bait to the bottom, where the grouper will eagerly strike. As soon as the fish bites, fishermen avoid reeling too lightly to prevent the line from breaking. Once the fish is out of the water, grouper are stored on the ship's ice hold. This step preserves the fish's freshness until it reaches the ship. Fishermen use sonar to locate areas where grouper are likely to be. This method makes fishing much easier. Sonar sends the signals into the water and the sound waves bounce back when they hit an object. The remaining signal continues to the seabed and then reflects back to the boat. By observing sonar and reading charts, fishermen can determine the location of the grouper. Additionally, they can gauge the distance from the grouper from the surface and the seabed. In shallow waters around 20 feet deep, fishermen set the sonar to 180 kHz. This adjustment gives them a broader beam,